Somewhere along the way, life stopped feeling sharp and started feeling flat. Not terrible, not painful enough to complain about, just dull. You still wake up, still get things done, still respond to messages and show up where you're supposed to be. But the days blend together so smoothly that you can't tell one from another. You're not falling apart. You're just not fully here either. You catch yourself thinking, is this it? And then immediately judging yourself for even asking that question. Because nothing is technically wrong. You have reasons to be grateful. Other people have it worse. So you swallow the feeling and keep moving. But deep down, you miss feeling alive in simple ways. You miss being excited for no reason. You miss laughing without checking the time. You miss moments that actually stay with you instead of passing through like background noise. Most people don't lose aliveness because something tragic happened. They lose it because life slowly trained them to rush, to multitask, to stay mentally ahead of the moment they're in. You're always thinking about what's next, what needs fixing, what hasn't worked out yet. Even when something good happens, part of you is already somewhere else, planning, worrying, bracing. God never meant for life to feel like a checklist you're constantly behind on. He didn't create you just to survive your days. He created you to experience them. But when pressure piles up, you start living from your head instead of your senses. You stop noticing how your body feels, how your breath changes, how small moments soften you. Not because you don't care, but because slowing down feels like a luxury you can't afford. Think about how often you eat without tasting, walk without noticing where you are, listen without really hearing. Think about how quickly you reach for your phone the moment there's silence. Silence feels uncomfortable now, not because it's empty, but because it asks you to be present. And presence brings up feelings you've been postponing. Feeling alive in the little things isn't about pretending everything is amazing. It's not about forcing positivity or romanticizing your life. It's about letting moments land instead of rushing past them. It's about noticing how your shoulders drop when you finally sit down, how the air feels different at night, how your mood shifts after a short walk, how a small kindness lingers longer than you expected. God is already in those moments, not just in breakthroughs or answered prayers, but in ordinary seconds you barely register. He's in the pause before you speak, in the deep breath you didn't know you needed, in the way your body relaxes when you stop pushing for a minute. But if you're always moving fast, always distracted, always thinking ahead, you'll miss him there. A lot of your numbness isn't a lack of gratitude. It's exhaustion. You've been holding yourself together for a long time. You've been responsible, careful, composed. And when you live like that long enough, you stop letting yourself feel deeply. Because feeling deeply takes energy. So you choose neutral. You choose fine. You choose manageable. God doesn't want to overwhelm you with emotion. He wants to gently wake you up to your own life again. And that usually starts small. Not with a dramatic moment, but with attention. Attention to what's already happening instead of what you wish would happen. You don't need to escape your life to feel alive again. You don't need a new city, a new relationship, or a major change. You need permission to slow down without guilt, to enjoy without explaining, to rest without planning, to feel something without immediately questioning whether it's productive. Sometimes feeling alive looks like sitting quietly and realizing you're tired instead of pushing through. Sometimes it's letting yourself enjoy a song all the way through without skipping. Sometimes it's noticing that you're actually okay in this moment, even if the bigger picture is still unclear. Jesus spent most of his life in ordinary routines, walking, eating, resting, talking to people one by one. He didn't rush past small moments to get to something more important. He treated them as the place where God was already present. That same presence hasn't disappeared. You've just been too busy surviving to notice it. You might feel disconnected because you've been waiting for life to feel meaningful again before you slow down. But meaning often shows up after you slow down, not before. Aliveness grows when you stop demanding intensity and start allowing presence. Some days, you'll feel it. Some days, you won't. That's okay. This isn't about performing peace or chasing joy. It's about coming back to yourself, one small moment at a time, letting your senses lead instead of your worries, letting God meet you where you are instead of where you think you should be. You're not empty. You're tired. And tired people don't need more motivation. They need gentleness, space, and permission to feel again. Life hasn't passed you by. You're still here. And aliveness is closer than you think, quietly waiting in the little things you've been rushing past.